Hey, welcome back to the Crabby Dice. Today is the full playthrough for Myrmes. Alright, so this is the playthrough and review. My review's coming right after this. If you want to see the setup and rules breakdown, click on the link below. And three things before we start. Please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel. Before I forget, the theme to this game, obviously you saw from the box, we're in charge of an ant colony. We're going to be doing some attacking of prey on the board, sort of butting heads on the board here, laying out our pheromone trails, and so on and so on. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, super quick review time here for Myrmes. So let's take care of the components and art stuff first. Components, pretty good. Can't really complain for a game of this age. I gotta always caveat it because it is almost 10 years old now. You get these plastic ants that you can use on your board. They're pretty cool. Everything else is just cubes and thick cardboard that you would pretty much get in every single game from this era. The board art is actually really good. I actually enjoy it. It's really clear. I mean, it's almost too clear. They didn't really go into too much effects of having to merge these tiles together, these hexes together. So there's that. What I'm gonna say though, everything outside of that is pretty bad. These pheromone tiles are really basic, and that's a theme pretty much for the graphic design and the art in this game. Everything is just basic. So these pheromone tracks, really basic. I don't really like them. These prey tokens, really basic. They're black on the other side. They could have been double-sided. These tunnel markers look pretty bad. Just look at these objectives. I mean, no effort was made. They're just, you know, Microsoft Paint background with icons on the front. Yeah, it's not fantastic. Even the player mats here, they're just very, very basic. I don't think they like even these worker placement spots, probably the ugliest worker placement spots that I've seen in a game in a long time. So there's that. So there's some good and some bad things going on with components and art. But now let's turn to the mechanisms, because it is a Euro, so it's going to live and die on its mechanisms. And this is where we're going to talk about mostly good things, all right? Not that many bad things to talk about. So one of the aspects I really love about this game is the worker placement aspect, all right? So unlike other worker placement games where you're doing a communal worker placement thing out on the board, this one you're sort of doing worker placement on your own mat. All right, so nowadays there's probably dozens of games that have this mechanisms like Paladins of the West Kingdom and so on and so on, but this is probably one of the first games that had that idea built in. All right, another great aspect to the game is the whole double worker system that I love. So you have regular nurses, which is worker placement on your own board, and you have the workers here which do stuff on your board, but they also do all the effects that you want to do on the game board. So the pheromone trails and the attacking of the prey tokens and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I really enjoy that. The last thing that I want to talk about that I really love is probably the best part of the game, which is the whole objective system. All right, let me pull this board down for a sec. So this is pretty ingenious. Okay, so to get an objective, all right, not only do you have to satisfy the objective, but you're giving up a worker for the rest of the game to signify that you got that objective. So these octagons are your workers, and you're pretty much losing them from the rest of the game. So you gotta weigh when do you want to dive in for an objective, because you're gonna lose forward progress because you're losing a worker, right? So it's very, very important when you're getting an objective. Also, to add to that timing is that if you get in there before other players, you're gonna be generating points when other players do that objective. So let's say red was the first one to do that objective. If yellow would come into a future round and also do that objective, well then red's actually gonna get a bonus, all right? And then blue can get that objective, and red and yellow are gonna get a bonus. So you sort of have to weigh getting in there early to generate more points, but you're gonna lose a worker to get other stuff going forward, all right? So that's a really neat thing going on in the game. It's not all good. Let's talk about some bad things. Let's talk about AP first. This game can last a while for your first few plays because it has a problem where you sort of have to plan your whole turn during phase 2, which is the worker placement step. And there's really no way around this. If you have 4, 5, 6 workers over here, you're pretty much planning your whole turn. It's almost like a programming game where you're going to put all your workers, and then during phase 3, 4, 5, you're just executing all the stuff that you planned in phase 2. Alright, so that phase can take a while. I'm going to say your first few plays are going to push over 2 hours for sure, but then after 5, 6 plays, you can probably get it down to an hour 20, an hour 30, usually no problem. Another bad thing, I'm not a real huge fan of this event thing at the bottom. It's kind of random and not really thematic. I get it. They needed to add sort of special powers into the game, I guess, and this is what they came up with, but it's alright. Not a gigantic fan, but everything else is great. I actually love the fighting on the board for sort of territory. So you're putting out your pheromones, you're fighting for space, there's only a limited number of prey on the board, so you're racing to attack those to get food and points and all that stuff. So everything on the board, really thematic. Everyone's butting heads. You can remove other people's pheromones, so there's quite a heavy dose of player interaction on this board. So there you go. Is there anything else? No, that's about it. So on 6, what am I going to give this game? I'll give it a healthy 4 on 6. It's above average. Pull it off the shelf every now and again. It's pretty good. And there you go. So let me know your thoughts below, if you enjoyed it, if you've played it, and all that stuff. My playthrough's coming up. Let me know if I made any mistakes. Let's go. Alright, welcome to the playthrough for Myrmes. So this is going to be a 3-player game like I normally do. I'll be red playing against blue and yellow. We start off on these little markers that say 3 on the game board. Just a small note between player counts. With 3 players, you're not playing with the outside edges of the board here, and that's why a ton of these prey tokens don't exist. So everything outside the black area we're not playing with. If you're playing 4, you're playing with the whole map. Alright, so the map does change according to the number of players. Alright, so I'll be starting here, my tunnel, blue and yellow, just to show you my player board area that will be seeing a lot of this game. This is my colony basically, so I'm going to have nurses, I'm going to have worker ants, I'm going to have soldiers over here. I'm gonna have my storage space over here, and these are my pheromone trails and my supplies of all my other stuff. Now this is the first player token, so I'll be passing that along every single round. So to start off the game, we're gonna have 3 seasons and then winter. The game's gonna last 3 years. Alright, so you're gonna end up having 3 times 3, 9 sort of rounds in the game. So to start off the game, or every single year, you're gonna roll the dice, and you're pretty much going to assign them to their spots on the board over here. Alright, and then you're going to go through the regular 6 phases of a season. Alright, so let's go through them in detail. Probably for the first year I'll go into a lot of detail, and then probably years 2 and 3 I'll try to speed it up as we go. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do, because the season is a 2, we're going to have an event cube here. This is going to be our designated event cube for the rest of the game. And you're going to put it on number 2. Now this, you see it's phase 1. So this phase is all about getting a bonus for the whole round. And you can use larva tokens to sort of shift it over to the left and right. But at this moment, this is probably the best option, because with 1 larva, I can either move it 1 to the left or 1 to the right. And this is plus 1 point. I don't really care about that at the start of the game. And this is harvesting an extra 3 cubes from to get it in your supply here. Again, at the start of the game, pretty terrible option, so I'm going to keep the extra plus 2 larva ability. Alright, pretty much all the other players are going to keep the exact same 1, so let me just select that for them too. Alright, and we're pretty much ready to go. Alright, so that was phase 1. Now phase 2, as you can see on your board, the 2 here, that's playing your nurses. Alright, so playing your nurses, you're going to basically playing them on your own board. So this is something all the players can do at the exact same time. Okay, so the way this works is, if you go here you create larvae, if you go here you create soldiers, if you go here you create workers, which are worker ants, and if you go here you're going to use the nurse during phase 5, which is the atelier, which is up here, which is getting other style bonuses later on in the round. Okay. Sorry. So what do I want to do? So I know for sure I'm going to want to put at least 1 nurse here so that I can gain my bonus of larva. So normally you would only get 1 larva by having a nurse, but I'm going to have 3 now because of my bonus. Alright, now I can decide what I want to do with the other 2. Alright, for the other 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 in the atelier. Alright, and because I have 1 left over, the only real good spot to put it is over here. I could put it again in the atelier, but I don't think I'll be able to satisfy something else, so I'll put it here to generate more larvae. Alright, so after you place your stuff, you basically generate your stuff. You're not going to touch the atelier one until phase 5, but all the other 3 you're going to generate that much resources. So for the larva here, I'm going to generate 1, 2, 3, plus 2, so I'm going to generate 5 in total. So I'm going to take 5 from here and just add them here. Just as a general note, you can always spend 3 larvae to make it into 1 food on your turn at any time. Alright, so just to make the sort of strategies different, I'm going to go get another nurse right away. Alright, so that's going to be my strategy. Blue is going to try to raise his colony as fast as possible, and yellow is gonna sort of attack something right away to get the food, and we'll see where that leads him later in the video. Alright, so there you go. So we all did our stuff. I already got the bonuses for all the other players, so that was step 2. Alright, and then you go to step 3, which is the worker phase. Alright, so this one, unlike step 2, you actually have to do in turn order. So I'm first player, so I get to place my first ant. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put him out on the board. Alright, so he's gonna exit my layer here, and the way these worker ants work is they move around the board. They all move 3 spaces, and basically every hex is I guess a 1 out of your 3 spaces. And when you end your movement, you're basically gonna either create a pheromone or you place one of these special tiles, but you can't really look at these special tiles until you upgrade your colony, so I won't even mention them right now. You're basically going to be placing pheromones, which are these sort of I guess weird looking hexagonal shapes, and the size that you can put is basically the size of your colony. Alright, so at the start of the game you can only place these 2 hex pieces over here. So I get to move 3 spaces, and I really need food to get my extra nurse, so I'm going to want to end on a space that has food. Alright, and food are the green spaces, not the mushrooms. Mushrooms are basically blank spaces that you get nothing out of. Alright, and I can't go through prey because I don't have any soldiers to fight them. Alright, so I gotta really stay on my side of the board. So, you know, just to make things simple, I think what I'm going to do is just go 1 and stop there. Pretty simple. I think I'm just gonna lay my pheromone right here. So to lay a pheromone, you basically discard the ant that moved, so he's gonna go here. I'm gonna take the pheromone of the size that I can build, so right now it's 2, and I'm gonna place it on the board. Alright, after you place the pheromone, you always place cubes on the track, or the pheromone track or tile, equal to the terrain that was underneath. So here was both food, so I'm going to take 2 food cubes and place it on top of the track. You're going to see during phase 4 we're always going to take 1 cube from all our tracks on the game board. And that was one of my workers. It basically, you go do 1 work at a time till everyone's finished their worker. So next going to be the blue player, and the blue player sort of wants to grow his colony, so he's going to have to get dirt. Alright, so what he's going to do, he's going to start off here, and he's going to move 3 spaces. And for him, I think what he's going to do, he's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to end his movement here. And he's going to create a pheromone trail from here. So he's going to discard this. He's going to get this. He's going to put it like this. And this is dirt and food. Something like that. Alright. And then it's going to go into yellow's turn. So yellow, like we already know, he's on the attack mode. So he's going to start here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, or actually he's going to do 1, 2, because then he has an option to move again. And he's going to attack this ladybug. So to attack, you don't actually lose that ant. You're going to go to your soldier depot area here and just discard a soldier. The cost per type of prey is indicated here. So for ladybugs and termites, it's just getting rid of 1 soldier. So he's going to discard 1 soldier. Alright, so he did that. And basically he's going to keep this token. He's going to get the reward for that token. So he's going to get 2 food into his storage area. So let's give him 2 food. He's going to keep this token because we're going to need it for some of the objectives, like that one there. Right, and he keeps moving. Alright, so that's sort of an intermediate action, just fighting a prey. So he can keep moving and stop when he wants. I don't know what his strategy is yet, so I think what he's going to do is stop there and just create a pheromone trail, and he's just going to continue this line, so it's going to be faster for him to move into the center. So He's gonna get rid of him. He's gonna take this, he's gonna put it here, and this comes with a food and a brown. There you go. There you go. So we all did one of our workers, so it's gonna jump back up to me. So I got one more worker. So I got a couple of options. I can put him here if I wanted to create a larva token, or let's see. I still need another food because this one's only going to give me one food, because for every tile you just take one. So I can either put this here and generate my food by getting rid of larva, or I can use him to put another pheromone trail and get my food that way. But you know what, so I don't lose him, I think I'm gonna go this route here. I'm gonna create a larva token over here. So all these spots you can only place one worker per round on them. So I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna get my larva token and put it in my supply. Now I'm gonna do the other player's turn. So blue's gonna go next. They got another guy. They're gonna appear here. And what do they want to do? I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna go 1, 2. Oops. Then they're just gonna move 1, 2. It's gonna stop here. Alright, and he's gonna create a pheromone trail. Now let's see, what does he want to do? He does need another dirt to create the to go up a level on the colony track that he wants to do. So he's gonna get a dirt and a stone. So he'll have his 2 dirt that he'll be able to upgrade next turn. Alright, so there you go. So that was blue. Now we're gonna go to yellow. Yellow has one more guy. I think he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna put on his larva token, just because he doesn't really need to spread his pheromones out right now. So although he could use food, food's always used. Well, he just got 2 food, but he might want another food. Let me think about this for a second, because you never want to be over 4 resources by the end of the round, because then you're gonna have to discard it. So if he already has 2, he's gonna take one of these, which is 3, then he's gonna take another one, which is 4. He's already gonna be at his max. So what he's gonna do, yeah, you know what, he's gonna move his guy out on the game board. So he's gonna move here, and he's gonna create a pheromone here for the 2 dirt. Let's go here. Let's get 2 dirt. Place it here. Actually, you know what? He's gonna get a dirt and a food over here instead. Just double checking. There you go. All right. So that was yellow. So now it comes back to me, but I don't have any more workers, so I pass. And then blue actually has an extra worker because that's where he put his nurses. He's gonna take his guy. He's gonna put on the extra larva. So he's gonna get the larva. All right. Now we're all done our workers. So that phase is done. Alright, so that was step 3. Now we're going to go to step 4. So step 4 is the harvest phase. So what you do is, for each of your pheromones on the game board, or tiles, you get 1 cube. Alright, so I only have this one, so I'm going to get 1 cube. Alright, for all the other players, let's just do their turn. So a yellow is going to get 2 dirt over here. Right, and blue is gonna get 2 dirt as well. Alright, pretty simple. You can all do this phase at the same time. So the order only matters during phases 3 and 5. Keep that in mind. Basically phases 2, 1, 2, and 4, and 6, you can all do them at the same time, all simultaneously. Alright, next we're gonna go to 5. Alright, and this is where I'm pretty much the only one who assigned a nurse here. And this is taking all your nurses in the sector and playing them on the game board up there. So obviously I'm going to place mine right here so that I can create an extra nurse. You're supposed to do this in turn order, but I'm the only one who has a guy, so I'm just going to activate it. So for this one I need to give up 2 food and 2 larvae, and I'm going to get a nurse. Okay, obviously I only have 1 food, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here. I can spend 3 larvae to turn it into food, so I'm going to spend these 3 and get an extra food. Right, and then I'm going to spend 2 of these and 2 of these. Alright, and what does that give me? A nurse. Nurses are great because they're extra workers. Right, and the nurse is going to go straight into my number 2 pool right over here. Alright, and nurses are good to gather because eventually they're going to be used for objectives and then they stay there for the rest of the game, so you got to keep that in mind. Alright, so pretty much done phase 5. Alright, so let's go to 6. And 6 is just a validation that you're not above the limit. So what you're going to do is first you're going to check if you're above your storage. I have nothing in there, so I'm fine. Second thing you're going to do is return your workers that are working in your colony. So he's going to slide in here. Next, return all your nurses back to the number 2 slot. So I'm going to return them and return this one here. Next, you're going to discard any larva tokens that you used at the bottom over here. We didn't use any. Alright, and then we're going to just pass the first player token to the person on my left, which is going to be blue. And lastly, you're just going to discard the die for the season that we just did. And there you go, we just finished a whole round. Alright, now we're going to do the exact same thing for summer. Alright, so let's take care of the summer phase. So you're going to go through the same 6 steps every single time. Alright, so start with number 1. So I put on the 6 because the dice rolled was a 6. Alright, so I can shift it over to the left and right. I think I will. So do I want extra workers or do I want soldiers? I think I might just go kill a prey, so you can see how that's done this round. So I think I'm going to move it to the... although I only have one of these. I do want to generate 2 dirt though, so I can raise my colony level at the end of this round. So I'm going to need at least 2 pheromone trails. So I'm missing only one. Oh, so I might as well update or get extra workers because I need to get 2 dirt this round so I can raise my pheromones here. Alright, so I'll do that. So I'm going to raise this up by 1 by using a larva. Like that. Alright, so that's phase 1. Now phase 2 is placing your nurses here. So I'm obviously going to place 2 over here so I can generate 2 workers. So this bonus is if I generate at least 1 worker, I'll generate plus 1 worker. So that's why I put 2 here to generate 1 worker, but I'll actually get 2. Next, I want to raise my colony level. So I'm going to go here because that's an atelier action up there. Alright, what do I want to do? My last one. I'm running really low on larva. I only have 1 though. Will I have enough resources to make another nurse? I don't think I will. I'm out of larva. So you know what? Whenever you're stuck with 1 extra guy, just put him in the larva generation. And there you go. So now let's generate our stuff. So I'm going to generate 2 workers. 1, 2. Actually, I will have a... because I'm going to generate this. So how much food will I get? Not enough. Because I will have an extra larva here. So I will have my 2 larvae for my extra nurse. But there's no way for me to generate an extra food. I'm going to need 2 food. So let me calculate this. I'm going to need 2 food. No, I won't have enough. Because I can get a food from this one. But I got to use my other 2 pheromones for the dirt. So I'm going to be missing 1 food for my extra nurse. So you know what? I think I'm okay like this. So let's just generate it. So I'm going to generate a larva here. From this one. I already generated my workers here. And this one's taken care of. So I'm pretty much done. Alright, I already did that for the other players. So let's go to phase 3, which is the workers. Alright, so let's go in turn order. Blue only has 1, so he's going to play it. And he's going to start here. And he's going to move 3. So what he's going to do, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack that ladybug. So he needs to discard 1 soldier, which he will do. So he picked up a soldier this round, so he'll discard it. He's going to kill the ladybug. He's going to keep this token. He's going to generate 2 food, because that's the bonus of a ladybug. Alright, and see, that was an intermediate action. He ends his movement there, so he has to generate a pheromone trail. So he's going to do it from here. Alright, and which one does he want to generate? What resource does he want? I think what he's going to do is... he has to get the food no matter what, but he's deciding whether he wants another food, if he wants dirt, or if he wants stone. Let's see. This turn he's gonna raise. He's gonna get another nurse, so he probably needs the food. Let's just do that. So let's do it like that. Alright, so let's give him 2 food here. Although he's generating food here, so you know what? Let him go like this. Probably better. So he gets a food and a dirt. Ta-da! Done. Now we're going to go to yellow. So yellow, it's going to start off here. So yellow wants to raise his... no, actually yellow wants to get nurse as well this round. So, you know what, for this guy, he's going to move around. So 1, 2, 3. He can reach all the way inside here. So we can have a fast track inside to make our lives miserable. He can do that if he wants. Let's see, what does he need? What does he need? What resources does he need? He can use a bit of everything, to be honest. So what I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna just move inside. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna generate here, and he's gonna generate 2. He's gonna leave a pheromone here, and it's just gonna generate a food over here. Let's give him a food. But now for 1 movement, he can get to the middle of the board to fight all this prey, which is something he might want to do because I'll try to get him a lot of soldiers. Alright, so he's done. Back to me. Oh well, back to me. It's my first action of the round. I gotta go get my 2 dirt so that I can raise my colony. Alright, so I'm gonna put him on the game board, and it's time for him to go get some dirt. So where's he gonna go? Maybe I'm gonna go get the 2 dirt here, or I can even get the dirt over here. Doesn't really matter. So I think what I'm gonna do is just do 1, 2, and just, you know, just do it here. So he's gonna go away. Actually, sorry, I'm actually gonna do 1, 2, 3. So I'll make him travel as far as possible. He's gonna go here. There's gonna be a dirt and a stone. All right. Alright, let's go to blue. Blue's out of worker, so we skip his turn. We'll go to yellow. Yellow's going to use his worker on the larva action. He's going to get a larva. Alright, then it jumps to me. So I have to play my last 2 because everyone else has run out of workers. So this one is going to go for sure here to generate me a larva. Alright, then it comes back to my turn because I'm the only one with 1 left. And I need to get another piece of dirt. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and my movement here. Put a level 2 thing here. So there's going to be a dirt and a food. And then I'm going to discard my little ant. And there you go. We're done phase 3 again. So let's go to phase 4, harvest. Let's go to the board. I got to harvest. So I got to take this. I got to take 1 from here. And I got to take 1 from here. So when you harvest, you have to take at least 1 cube from every pheromone trail that you have out there. So I'm going to take these, put those there. For the other players, let's make this quick. Yellow's just going to get his 2 food. Sorry, he's got to take 3 food. Well, maybe you didn't think about that. So this is yellow. Then we're going to go to blue, who is going to take... Oh boy, he's going to take... he's gonna take 1 dirt and sorry, he's got to take all these 3. Wow, he's got a lot of resources. He might have to discard something. All right, so that was phase 4. Pretty simple. Next we're gonna phase 5. So everyone's gonna take their tokens and place them where they want. So I'm gonna go up here, and the other 2 players are gonna come over here. So I'm a little ahead of the curve because I got my nurse last turn. All right, and then we activate in turn order. So it's going to be blue, then yellow, then me. So we already know what's going to happen. Blue's going to discard 2 plus 2. Alright, so they're going to get their extra nurse. And yellow's going to do the exact same thing. 2 plus 2. They're going to get their extra nurse. Alright, so that was taking care of both of those. And now you'll see how to raise your colony. So for the colony, what you're going to do is you're going to pay the cost of the next level. So here's 2 dirt. So I'm going to move this down, and I have to pay 2 dirt. So I'm going to do this, discard it, and there you go. So now my colony level is 2. So now I can send a worker here, and also I can build these special tiles. And now when I lay out my pheromone trails, I can put out these level or 3 hex ones. So there's a line, and there's one with the 3. And these are great because they'll generate me points, and they'll cover a bigger area. Alright, so that's good. And there you go. So everyone's done phase 5. We'll go to phase 6. So I'm okay. I got nothing here. I gotta return my stuff. So return. Get rid of this larva that's here. Return my worker here. Return these ones for these guys. This one goes here. And oh, I forgot him. We'll pass the first player marker over to yellow. Discard the yellow die, and there you go. Let's come back for fall. Alright, so beginning of fall. So like usual, follow the 6 steps every time. So phase 1 is the event phase. So we're gonna look at the event here. 3. Go to our player board. We'll set it on the event cube on the number 3. This one is not interesting for me right now. I can move it over by 3. But I don't really need to do that. I think I'm just going to generate a lot more larvae, because one of the objectives there is to discard 5 larvae, and I might want to do that as soon as possible before the other players, because there's an advantage of going first and getting those, because every person after you that has that objective will give you points. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my larvae here to flip this over to the left by 1. Alright, so that's first phase. Second phase, use your nurses. Let's see, I do need to generate 4 food by the end of the round. So remember, we have to pay 4 food or we're going to lose points. So how am I going to generate food? I'm going to get a food here, so that's 1. I'm going to get a food here, which is 2. I still need to generate 2 more food. Alright, I can get my guy out on the board. That'll generate me a food. So wherever he puts a pheromone trail, that'll just give me a food. So I'm going to be at 3. I gotta generate 1 more food. And there you go. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put one of my workers right over here, and this generates a food. Okay, so I'm gonna get 1, 2, the map plus my new pheromone is 3 food. So let me do that. So I need to generate a worker for the extra pheromone guy out on the board. And what do I do with these things? I think what I'm gonna do is put one of them for sure on the larva action, so I can generate my +2 larva. And with this one over here, I think I'm going to create a new tunnel. I'll show you how that works, just so I can be more flexible in the future. When I exit my tunnel, I can pick between multiple spots. Alright, so I think I'm good like this. So let's generate our stuff. So I'm going to generate a worker here. It's going to go there. This one does nothing, and this one is going to get me 3 larva tokens. 1, 2, 3. Alternatively, I could actually also use this guy to achieve an objective, but it's a little early in the game. I don't want to lose one of my nurses right away. I think I'm going to generate 1 more nurse and then do the objective. Alright, but I do have my larva that I need for that first objective up there. Alright, so I'm pretty much done. So let me do that for the other players. 1 second. Alright, so the other players decided their stuff. So let's do phase 3, which is the workers. Alright, so yellow's going to start. They only have 1 worker. And let's see, they're going to need 1 more food to pay for their food supply. So what they're going to do is they're going to use their worker on the board. So they're going to start here. And let's see, where do they want to go? I think they're just gonna walk 1, 2. They don't have any stones, so they're gonna come here and get a pheromone up here. So this is gonna generate a food and a stone. Food and a stone. And they're pretty much done. They have no workers. Blue has no workers, so I'm the only one left. So I'm just gonna use my workers. So I'm going to go here for sure to generate my food. And we already know what this guy's going to do. He's going to go out on the board so I can get another food. Alright, so I'm going to discard him. Well, I'm not going to discard him just yet. He's going to start off here. Pretty much can go anywhere to generate a food. So what I might want to do is... I mean, there's some good food spots down here. But I can cover all of these. Actually, now I can place my level. Remember, I raised my colony, so I can actually place a longer line or my 3 one here. So that'll make it a little more flexible for me. So I can actually cover up these 3 spots at the bottom right over here, which is maybe what I'm trying to do. Let me just double check the board quick. Or I can fill up down here. Sure, let me do it down here. So he's gonna move 1, 2. He's gonna fill up the line over here. So discard him. I'm gonna put out my first level 2 pheromone trail here. This is gonna give me 2 points. First one on the board. So we all start with 10 points, but I'm the first one to get points. Alright, so there you go. And I get to put the tokens on it. So it's gonna be 2 food and a stone. Boom, just like that. Alright, there you go. We're done phase 3. Let's go to phase 4, which is the harvest. So I'm going to harvest here. So I'm going to get 2 food, obviously. Alright. For the other players, let's see. Blue's going to get this. And yellow's going to get this. Alright, there you go. So we're done the harvest phase. Now we're going to go to the atelier phase. So we all have a token on this section. So we're all going to decide what to do. I believe both yellow and blue were going to raise their colony. And what did I want to do? I wanted to build a tunnel and just show you how that's done. It's pretty cool. But yellow's first. So yellow's going to go first. They're going to raise their colony. So they're going to use up 2 dirt. Whoops. Raise their colony. So that was this one. I'll do blues first. Doesn't really matter. They're going to use 2 dirt as well. They're going to raise their colony. Okay, and now I'm going to go. So placing a tunnel. So a tunnel just has to be placed next to any pheromone or anything that you own on the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a tunnel all the way down over here. So you're going to take one of your tunnel tiles and you're going to place it wherever you want. And the reason I'm putting it here is because now I'm going to be closer to blue to interfere with his stuff, and then maybe I'll get to this termite before him. Who knows? I just don't really want to fight that spider yet. Maybe later in the game. Alright, and by placing a tunnel, I'm also going to get a dirt token. So I'm going to get a dirt and put in my supply. Alright, so there you go. We're all done phase 5. Now we're going to go 6. So again, check your limit. I'm good. Alright, reset everything. So this is going to reset there. It's gonna reset over here. It's gonna reset there. Get back my guys. Right over there. Get rid of this larva. I'm gonna be first player next round. Let's get rid of the dye. Alright, and let's go deal with the winter. Alright, so let's deal with the winter. I actually made a mistake. I forgot to give myself a food when I placed my guy here. And maybe that would have changed my decision, so because I'm gonna have to throw away this dirt because I would not have had the storage capacity for it. But you know what, I'm not gonna go back and change what I wanted to do. It's fine. Probably would have done something else. Alright, so there you go. So now I gotta pay my 4 food for the winter phase. So we gotta pay 4, and my board's pretty simple. I'm gonna take 4 and pay for it. For the other 2 players, blue only has to get rid of 2 because he has 2 soldiers. And yellow only has to get rid of 3 because he has 1 soldier. And there you go. Winter phase is done. We're going to move this down. We're going to go into the next year. Basically means we're just going to roll the dice. We're going to place the dice where they belong. And we're going to start the new round. Alright, here we go. So spring of year 2. So we're going to place our event cube on number 6. So like usual, we're going to go on number 6. And oh boy. Let's see, I don't really want to do that again. I'm gonna obviously try to go for the extra soldier or the extra worker. So which one should I do? I think I'm gonna go for the extra workers again because I'm gonna show you why. Alright, so I'm gonna use one of my larvae here, shift this over. Alright, so that was phase 1. Let's go to phase 2, which is playing our nurses. So I actually have the extra worker here. It's kind of obvious. Place at least 2 here to generate me 2 more workers. I'll probably use 1 worker here and 2 on the board. So what I don't think I have enough to generate a nurse. So I'm gonna need 2 food. I'm gonna gain 1 here, and I'm gonna gain 1 here. So you know what? I will have enough to generate a nurse. So I'm gonna go on the nurse spot here. And with the last one here, like usual, if I got nothing better to do, actually, could I get another bonus? So I'm gonna generate a nurse. Could I actually improve my colony? I won't be able to because I don't have, I'm gonna need 2 dirt and a stone for that. I'm gonna have 1 stone, but I won't have any dirt. So maybe where I put my pheromone is gonna be where I can get some dirt so I can move up next round. Is there any other bonus that I want? I could go for the objective, but not really. I was missing 1 larva. If I had 1 more larva, I would have definitely tried to get that objective because I'm getting my extra nurse right now. So next turn for sure I'm going to jump on here to get my objective. So you know what? I'm going to go here. Unless I use my extra worker that I have here to get my larva here and then complete the objective. So you know what? Let me show you how that's done. So I'm going to actually do it. Let's go a little crazy. So I'm going to go my 2 workers. I'm going to put 1 here, and the other one's going to go on the board. I'm gonna get 1 food here, the other one's on the board, which is gonna get me my, oh no, but I need to spend because I was planning on building one of these special tiles. You know what, let me do it next turn then, because I actually want to build a special tile this round. This one will generate me a lot of food in the long run. So yeah, so let me keep it like this. Alright, so I'm pretty much done. I've already done it with the other players. I already gave them the bonuses, so let me give myself my bonuses. So I'm gonna get 2 workers over here, 1, 2. Alright, in this pile. I'm going to get 1 larva here for this one here, and this one gets me nothing. So there you go, I'm done. So that was through 2. Let's go to phase 3, which is the worker phase. So I go first because I'm first player, and my first worker is going to pop out on the game board. Alright, and I'll show you what he's going to do. Alright, what he's going to do just to mess up with blue a little. I think what he's going to do, he's going to lay a special tile. So you're going to see how these things work. Actually, I don't have my stone yet. Oh no. I was going to do this for the stone. Oh no, what did I do? Alright, so change of plans. What he's going to do, he's going to pop out here. He's going to go 1, 2. He's going to stop here just so I can get my dirt, and he's going to lay his pheromone trail here. There's going to be 2 dirt and a food. 2 dirt and a food. So maybe I should have done the objective thing then, because I won't have the food. You know what, never mind. That's okay. I won't take back my turns. That'll just slow down the game. So that was my first turn. Let's go to blue. What is blue gonna do? I think what blue is gonna do is they need food and stone. No, they need food and dirt. So what they're gonna do is, how much dirt do they need? They need a lot of dirt, but they need a lot of food as well. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go, there's no way for them to get multiples, so they're gonna go 1, 2, 3. No, they're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There you go. They're gonna lay down their, oh, I forgot to give myself my 2 points there, sorry about that. I'm gonna lay this over here. They're gonna get 2 points. This is gonna be 2 food and a stone. There you go. Done. Alright, so that was yellow's turn. So what does yellow need? What does yellow need? Yellow needs food as well. So what is yellow gonna do? What is yellow gonna do? I think yellow's gonna go over here as well. They're gonna place their thing over here. They're gonna generate 2 points. They're gonna get 2 food and a stone as well. So they're getting close together, and you'll see how that works. But nobody's gonna build here unless they build a tunnel, because these don't generate anything. All right. So now it's back to me. All right, pretty simple. Think I'm gonna just generate my food now. So I'm gonna go here to generate my food, like that. Let's go to blue. Blue's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna generate his food. And yellow's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna generate his food. Then we're gonna jump back to me. All right, I got one more. What do I want to do with it? I'm already gonna get a bunch of resources this round. I don't want to get too much because then it won't fit in my supply. But I'm gonna use up 2 food this round. So I'm gonna generate 1, 2, 3 cubes already. And I'm gonna use up 2. I'm gonna use up 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, then I'm gonna overload if I put another pheromone out there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and get a larva. Here you go. Put it here. So blue is nothing left. Yellow is next. So yellow, let me calculate for him. He's going to generate 1, 2 more cubes. So he can actually send out another pheromone trail. That'll be fine. And what does he need? He's going to get a food, a stone, and he needs a lot of dirt actually. So maybe he's going to go put his stuff right here. So that's what he's going to do. Go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go here. He's going to generate over here. So let me put the let's put this one here. Well, he doesn't need this. You know what? Yeah, sure. 2 dirt and a stone. There you go. Playing a little loose. That's fine. All right, so we're all done phase 3. Let's go to phase 4. Harvest. I'm gonna have to take this stone. I have to take this food, and I have to take this food. Well, you know what? No, actually I want the dirt so I can level up my thing next round. It's gonna go all over here. Actually, what happened to the stone? Sorry, I wanted the stone instead. There you go. Take the stone. Ta-da! That was for me. For the other players, they're gonna get a food and a sorry, blue's just gonna get a food. Yellow's gonna get dirt, a stone, and a food. All right, sorry, I forgot to give blue his food, and there you go. So we're done the harvest. Next we're gonna go to the atelier. So I'm gonna go on the nurse, and nobody else sent anyone to the atelier, so I'm gonna generate there. Pretty simple. 2 food, 2 larvae. Alright, now give me another nurse. Done. So we're done that phase. Next, check if you're your limits. Done. We're good. My workers are gonna come back, including my nurses. They're gonna all come back. Discard this larva. Get this guy back. So I'm full of nurses now, so I'm probably gonna go for an objective next turn for sure. Let me do that for the other players, and clear this. Pass this to blue. I'm gonna clean up their board and come back for summer. All right. Summertime for year 2. So this is round 5, I believe. So we gotta look at the number. It's 5. We're gonna go to place our event cube on the 5 one here. I think I am gonna leave it here because I don't have any soldiers, so I actually wouldn't mind getting some so I can start going on other people's pheromones or killing some of those prey. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 up here. I do want to finish one of those objectives, so I'm gonna put it here. Now what else do I want to do? I mean, I could go get another nurse. Let's see, I'm gonna have 2, but I'm not gonna have 2 food. Is there a way for me to get 2 food? No, I'm gonna have 1 food here. If I can get a way to get another food, then I will be able to get a nurse. Let's see, how can I get another food? I could get another food with my my larva here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm good like this. So this one's gonna be the objective. This one's gonna be the nurse. This is gonna be larva, and that one's gonna be the soldiers. All right, I'm pretty much ready to go. So that was my that was my 1 and my 2. I was going way too fast. So phase 1, like usual, event. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna leave it there. Phase 2, put out your nurses and get your rewards. So remember, soldiers, I'm gonna get 2 because of this bonus here. And here I'm just gonna get 1 larva. Alright. So that's my phase 2. I pretty much did that for all the other players already. Next, we're gonna deal with our workers here. I actually just remembered that I didn't need to spend larva. I can send one of my workers here to get a food, but I'll get to that in a second. But it's not me first. First is gonna be Blue. Blue has only one worker, and I'm not sure what he wants to do with it. What does he need? What does he need? He does not need food, that's for sure. So I think he's gonna pop out here, and he's gonna do something. Obviously he's gonna do something. And I think what he's gonna do is get I think he's just gonna move one. Let's see, does he need food? He does need food eventually. Although he's more interested in the stone. Although he already has a stone, so he doesn't need a stone. So what he's gonna do, let's just make this quick. I think he's gonna move just one here, and he's gonna lay a special pheromone. Alright, show you how that's done because I haven't done it yet. So he's gonna get rid of this. So these special pheromones, if you see the cost, if you pay a stone, you get a green one, and if you pay a green, you get one of these brownish ones. So he's gonna pay a stone. He's gonna pay a stone. So he's gonna get to put out a the stone one here lets you put out a green one, which is the side, the double-sided. It's the side that generates food. So every single turn he's gonna generate food. Plus it gives him 2 points at the start of the game. So where does he want to put this? He just wants to put it where it's gonna cover up stuff he doesn't really need. Alright, so what he's gonna do is instead of going here, you know what, he's not gonna do that because that would be pretty foolish to put it there. I think he's just gonna cover up his 2 food anyway. Actually, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna go 1, 2. He's gonna stop there and he's gonna place it right over here. Alright, sort of to get in my way. Now, what's gonna happen is, actually, he's gonna put it like this. Okay, now what's gonna happen, he's gonna put one of his markers on it. He's gonna score the 2 points. It's blue. And during the harvest phase, this is gonna generate him 1 food every single time. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now we're gonna go to yellow, who also only has 1. And yellow could also try to put one of those special ones out, and I think that's what he's gonna do. Why not? So what he's gonna do, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and he's gonna do the exact same move. He's gonna go from here. He's gonna spend his stone, and he's gonna put this one right over here. He's gonna score 2 points. Look at that, we're all at 14 points. Nice. Alright, so they're both done with workers. It just comes back to me, and I gotta place my 2 workers. I think I'm gonna go here for sure for the food. And then this one is gonna go on the game board somewhere, so he's gonna pop out right over here actually. And you know what? Actually, wait, take that back. Take that back. I had a plan for this guy as well, so I'm actually gonna give this one back to the general supply. Let me do 1 worker at a time. I think he's gonna pop out over here, and he's gonna do a special as well. So he's gonna give up actually, you know what, I don't have any good options. Alright, sure, I'll do that thing as well. So I'm gonna give up a stone and do the exact same thing. I guess my single brain is sort of thinking the same strategy for all the players, I guess. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna score 2 points. 1, 2. This is the issues with playing all the players at the same time. So that's that. Next we're gonna do, so that's gonna generate me a food. Okay, wait, that one's gonna generate me a food. Okay, so that one's gonna generate me a food. I'm gonna get another food there, so I'm gonna be okay by getting my nurse. All right, so what I think I want to do, is there a way for me to generate another of these? If I turn 3 larvae into a food, I can do the brown one and then do the objective. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's probably my best bet. So what I'm gonna do with him, he's gonna do. Where can I even play this tile? There's nowhere for me to play the tile. Let's see if he's here. He's go 1, 2, 3. Can play it here. Sure, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3. He's gonna go here. He's gonna die right over here. I'm gonna spend 3 larvae for a food. Then I'm gonna spend my food. Alright, and the food one gives me the brown one instead. So I'm gonna place the brown one right over here. Put my token on it. That'll score me 2 more points. Boom! Alright, there you go. I am done with all my workers. Perfect. So that was phase 3. Now we're gonna go to phase 4. Harvest phase. Pretty simple. I'm gonna get a food, a stone, or a dirt. I think I'm gonna take a dirt. So I'm gonna get a food and a dirt. Alright. Then I also have to take 1 off each of my tiles. So I'll take a food and a dirt. No, I'll take a stone instead. It's probably better. Alright, so that's about it. Let me do that for the other players quick. So blue's gonna get a food and another food. He's gonna get 2 food. Let's see, yellow's gonna get, oh boy, he's got too many resources. He's gonna get a food and a dirt and a food. There you go. Alright, so that's everyone. Good. Now we're gonna go to phase 5, Atelier. So I get to place my 2. So my 2, 1 objective and 1 nurse. Blue as well. We're gonna go 1 objective, 1 nurse. And yellow is going to do dirt and nurse, I believe, is what he wanted to do. Let me just double check that. No, sorry, yellow wanted to do this, and I actually messed up one of his grabs here. I believe this food should have been a stone instead. Sorry about that. So yellow's like that. All right, so now we got to go in turn order. So blue's first. So blue is gonna turn in 5 larvae to put his token in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. He's gonna take his nurse that you're gonna lose for the rest of the game, but it's gonna score him 6 points. There you go. Next gonna be yellow. So yellow's gonna move up his colony. So he's gonna pay 2. He's gonna pay 2 dirt and a stone. He's gonna get it back later. Actually, I'll just take it back now. So he's gonna be the first one on level 3 of his track. Next is gonna be me. I'm gonna actually do this objective here because I don't actually have the larva. So this one, it says have 2 special tiles. So I have one here and I have one here. Sorry, I have one here and I have one here. Whoops. My bad. So now I have to decide. So I'm gonna get the 6 points. And you get the points, it's indicated here. Now I have to decide which of the 2 I need to remove. So one of these 2, I'm basically gonna lose control of it, and that's it. So do I want to keep generating food, or do I want to keep generating stone slash dirt? I think I'm gonna keep the food one because then I can use the food to create another of these type of tiles, right? So I'm actually gonna remove this. Well, I can actually do it the other way around as well. But let's see, how much food do I have? I have 2 plus 2, that's 4. I need to get the 5. Plus I'm getting another dirt here. And next turn I'm probably gonna raise my colony because I got 2 and 1. So yeah, let me keep the food one because that'll probably be more handy. So I'm actually gonna remove this token, all right, to get that one. And next we're all gonna get a nurse. So let me just do that for everyone. 2 and this for yellow. gonna be 2 and 2 for blue. And then for me, actually I'm gonna be missing a lot of food. 2 and 2. I just realized that I'm losing these 2 for the nurse. So I'm gonna need to get a ton of food somehow for next turn to feed at the end of the round. But that's 2 and 2. And I'll get my next nurse. Alright, so we're pretty much all done the atelier stage. Let me just return these back. Alright, so what's after 5 is going to be 6, which is the checking if you're over your capacity. I am fine. Basically just do a soft reset, so nothing to return here. All my my nurses come back. I didn't use any things here. We're going to get rid of the die. Pass the first player marker to yellow. And we're ready to go next round. Alright, round 6, I believe. So fall of the second year. So we're almost done the second year. So it's going to be 3. Let's go to our board. Put this on 3. Unfortunately, I just realized that I maybe screwed up somewhere. I didn't carry any larva with me. So I'm pretty much stuck with this. With this power. And I really don't like this power. It's getting an extra 3 cubes from your pheromones on the game board. But unless you have a lot of cubes out there, it's kind of a wasteful power. So right now I'm just gonna generate a food and a dirt, and yeah, maybe I'm gonna want to upgrade my my colony to the next level because I already have the stuff needed for it. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one. That's gonna be an upgrade. What do I want to do with the rest of the stuff? I mean, I could put 2 up here so that I can generate some larvae so I can be more flexible in the upcoming rounds. And I think what I'm going to do is actually generate a worker. I also have to look at my food. I'm sort of in trouble. I need to generate 5 food for the end of the year. Alright, so let's calculate this. I'm going to get 1 food here. So that's 1. So that's 1. I'm going to have 2 soldiers, so that's 3 in total. So I'm missing 2 food. Where am I going to get 2 food? I don't know. There's nowhere that I can get 2 food. What I could do is use my worker to sort of scamper over here and kill this ladybug, which will give me 2 food. So I'll be 2, but then I'll lose a warrior, soldier for that, so that I'm still down 1. There's no real way for me to get 2 food unless I don't put anything in larva and get another worker and I do 2 actions with the workers. I think that's my only option. So I'm actually gonna do this instead. I'm gonna be broke and I won't have anything next turn. I won't have any larvae to be, so I'm gonna have to hope those dice get rolled better. So I'm gonna use probably one of my workers on the food here and the other one to generate me food somehow. So let me figure that out afterwards. Alright, so that was already phase 1 and phase 2 done. Alright, let's go to phase 3. Oh sorry, I forgot to generate my bonuses, so this is gonna give me 2 worker ants. This one's atelier, and I'm pretty much good for phase 2. So now let's go to phase 3. I'm actually second player, so yellow's gonna go first. They have 2 workers. What do they want to do? They're actually generating, so they have 3 soldiers plus 1 food, so they're at 4. Let's see, at 4, but I think they had a plan. I think they were gonna do something quite creative. All right, so this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna do, starting from here, they're gonna go 1, 2, 3. They're gonna come all the way over here to kill this ladybug. All right, so to kill this ladybug, so that was all their movement. So to kill this guy, they're gonna have to get rid of 1 soldier, which they're gonna do. All right, this is gonna give them 2 food. Put in their supply, and then they keep this as a reward. All right, and then their guy dies right over here, and they get to put a tile out here. So they can either put one of these special ones or one of their pheromone ones, and because they have a level colony higher than everyone else, they can put a level 4 thing out there, and they can cover a ton of space and get a ton of food coming up in the next few rounds. They do already have a food production one, so getting a ton more food, is that worth it? Well, yeah, because then they'll get a bunch more nurses, and that'll allow them to finally get their objectives that they're missing. So you know what, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna take this tile, place it on here, and that's gonna get them an incredible 4 food cubes on there, which is pretty good. Now before I forget, they're gonna score points, 4 points. Boom, and just like that, yellow's done. So now it's gonna come to me. I got 2 workers. My first worker, I guess he'll pop out there. So what did I want to do? I wanted to create something with him. I'm not sure what I wanted to create just yet. I think I might just put my thing in here. So it's the only place where I can sort of create a so for level 3 here I can create either a triangle. I don't even have any more of those straight lines, so basically this is my only option. And where can I put this that'll generate me at least a food? It's pretty much all occupied in my area, so I think he's gonna die over here. I'll put this here, so there's gonna be 2 food and a stone. I'll generate 2 points. Let's get rid of this. 2 points, 1, 2, 2 food and a stone, like that. Let's go to blue. Blue only has 1 guy, but he has already 3 food and 2 soldiers, so he's already ready. So you know what, instead of wasting him, although he does need other resources to increase his colony, because all he has is food. So you know what, actually he's going to do something. Again, he's the same situation as me where you can only build the triangles. So I think what he's going to do is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to die over here and get 2 dirt and a food. Just going to put it here. So we get 2 dirt and a food. All right, and that'll give him 2 points. Alright, go back to yellow. What does yellow want to do? I think yellow's just going to get, let's see, if he uses... he has 3 food, he's gonna get another food, 4 food, 5 food. He's gonna get a ton of cubes, so he's gonna go on the extra larva spot with his other guy. I think that's probably his best bet, and he's just gonna generate a larva. Alright, because this round I think he's gonna go do the objective, so he's gonna have to get rid of 5 larvae. Alright. So that's yellow. Back to me. I have my last guy. I think I already know what I wanted to do. I want to go here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 plus 2 food that I'm going to generate off the board. So I'm going to be okay at the end of the round. And we're all done phase 3. So we're done. Let's go to phase 4. So let's get some... oh my god, I just realized something. Oh no, okay, we check on step 5, thank god. So I'm going to be over capacity, but that's fine, because you only have to check in step 6 if you're over capacity. So let's do the harvest phase. So I'm going to generate a food. I'm going to get another food here. I'm going to get the dirt over here. Sorry, I forgot to get my extra food. Sorry. So I get a food. Yeah, so I get the food from the new place that I put in. I get the dirt here and I get an extra food there, so I do get an extra food. So yeah, so there's my 5, and there you go, I'm pretty much done. Let's do it for the other players. So yellow has to take this food, has to take this food, has to take this stone, and has to take another food. So we're gonna take all these. All right, then blue is gonna do a food, a dirt and a stone. Got to give him his food. Alright, there you go. So everyone's done their step 4, harvest. Next we're gonna go to step 5, atelier. So where did I want to put mine? I wanted to put mine on the increase size here. So I'm gonna go up here. Blue also had one. What did they want to do with this one? I don't remember what he wanted to do with this one, to be honest. Let me do yellows first. I think yellow was quite obvious. They were actually going to go get another nurse. So they're going to be full of nurses next turn. And then next turn, hopefully they'll do objective with all those nurses and hopefully get a lot of points. And blue, I think, doesn't have enough for an objective. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he could do this objective, but then he's gonna end up losing 15 points because he's gonna have to lose all his food that he needed to pay for the round when it's that. So what did he want to do with this? I think what he's gonna do is increase the colony as well. Might as well. He is losing some resources that he might have used for other things like that objective. Actually, you know what? You know what? He's gonna save his resources because he's gonna go for that objective next turn. So he's actually gonna go here so he can get another dirt so he can use it there. Right, he's gonna do that. Then we activate in turn order. Yellow's gonna go first. So 2 food, 2 larva. Then I'm gonna go. Turn this in, upgrade. There you go. And then blue's gonna go. So they're gonna get a dirt. They're gonna get to put their token somewhere. I think what they're gonna do is play their token over here, sort of protecting against blue. Plus, you can go attack blue. Protect against yellow, and you can go attack yellow and get 2 points off yellow by removing this tile and maybe encroaching this way. All right, so we're pretty much all done. Let's just get our tokens back. Alright, so that was step 5. Now we go to 6, which is our capacity. I'm okay. 4. My capacity is now 6 because I upgraded. Alright, keep that in mind. And yeah, so that was my step 6. And there you go. So we're done the round. So let's return all our things back. Alright, so now we're winter phase, so we gotta pay our 5 food. So let's do this quick. I'm gonna have 2 soldiers, so that counts as 2 food plus 3 here. There's my 5. Alright, I paid the 5 for all the other players. We're good. Let's go to the next round. So basically as a reset, go to 3. Let's roll these dice. I did forget to move the first player marker back to me. Let's put these dice in their area, and there you go. We got 3 more rounds and the last feeding phase, and then we're finished the game. So let's get to it. Alright, here we go. It's the start of the final year, so 3 more rounds and then we gotta feed again. So we're starting in phase 1 like usual, number 4, and it's a terrible one for me right now. It's the one that gives +3 movement, and I have absolutely no larva to move it over to left and right. So maybe I'll try to get a larva this round. It's probably better that way. Well, actually I can see the next few bonuses. Next is gonna be 4 again. Okay, I want at least another larva so I can change this 4 to something else, because this one's kind of terrible unless you're playing 4 players, because you don't really need to move that far on the map. Alright, so that was number 1. Can't really move it, so I'm stuck here. Now let's move some stuff here. So I think one thing I'm gonna shoot for is maybe try to get the second objective, but I might want to do it on the second round because I don't want to lose my nurse right away, because I don't have any larvae to create a new nurse. Okay, unless I dump a bunch of guys now into that spot there. Maybe it's a good idea. Yeah, sure, why not? So let's do this. So I don't want to do an objective. Is there anything else I want to do in the atelier? I can't really move down my thing because I'm not going to be able to get 3 stone this round. I'm at 0, so that's not going to happen. I can't create a nurse, and I don't want to create a tunnel. Well, tunnel will give me a dirt. Do I want to get a dirt? No. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this, this, and what I do with the last one, I mean, I could dump both into a worker, and that worker can get me another, but that one gives me 2. Yeah, sure, maybe I can go get another nurse next turn. So maybe I'll do that, and with this extra guy, I mean, he can go get me a dirt, or he can just get me a ton of larvae. You know what, let me spend the turn getting a bunch of larvae. I'm not sure what else to do at this point, just so I can be more flexible next turn. Probably a good idea. So there you go, there's my number 2. Well, I'm gonna produce, so get a worker. I'm also gonna get 5 larvae. Alright, there you go. Move my board over. That's pretty much it for my 2. I already did that for all the other players. Now we're gonna go on to step 3 using our workers. So what do I want to do? I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna end up producing a stone or a food. Okay, I thought of a plan. I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm gonna make this guy go out into the world. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this guy go out into the world. It's going to start here. And I'm going to show you a new sort of concept that I haven't shown you yet in the game, which is getting rid of a pheromone. So he's going to start here. Yeah, sure, because I only got one dirt. So he's going to start here, and he's going to go 1, 2, all right, and he's going to remove this pheromone over here, okay? And you remove a pheromone by spending a dirt. So you're going to go look at your board over here. So you see you can spend a dirt to remove a pheromone, and you're going to end up scoring points indicated on the tile itself. But the tile gets removed from the game. So I'm going to score 2 points. All right, he's going to die there. The whole reason I did that was because now I get to put a level 3 colony or level 2 colony space thing there. So let me take this token back. So the one I think I'm going to place is this one. So I get to place the 4 hex icons. So I'm going to put this one here. That's going to score me 4 more points. All right, and this one's going to come with 2 dirt, a stone, and a food. 2 dirt, a stone, and a food. Boom. Alright, there you go. Now we'll go to Blue's turn, who only has 1. I don't know what they really want to do. Do they need anything on the board? They don't even have a dirt. They don't have nothing. Let's see, they're gonna produce a dirt and a food, so they're gonna be at 2. They can produce again. Not sure what they want to do. Let them just go for food on their own board. They don't think they want to lose that worker right now, so let them just get the food. All right, then we're gonna go to yellow, and yellow is gonna go on the offensive. All right, so they're gonna start over here. Doesn't really matter where. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna move 1, 2, and 3. So they're gonna move up to here. They're gonna spend a soldier ant, kill this guy here. So he's gonna give him a food and 2 points. 1, 2. Let's give him a food. Let's keep this token. And then he's gonna die there, so he gets to put out a pheromone. So he's at the same level I'm at. So I think what he's gonna do is probably place this one over here, which comes with 3 food on it. So yellow's taking over the whole center, which is a great position because you get a ton of food out there. Alright, it comes back to me. I have one more guy. I think I'm just gonna go get a dirt or a stone here so that I can go get that objective next turn, probably. Yeah, let's do that because I don't want to lose this worker. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna generate a dirt, and I'm gonna put it in my supply. There you go. Done. Yellow's done. Sorry, blue's done. Yellow has their last worker. They're gonna do the exact same thing I just did. They're gonna go get a dirt. So they're gonna get a dirt. Alright, so there you go. We're done. Everyone's done that phase. We're gonna go to phase 4, harvest. I'm gonna get a stone, a dirt, and a food from here. Boom. There you go. I think that's it for me. Let's see what blue produces. Blue's gonna produce a food and a dirt. Food and dirt. And that's about it. And yellow's gonna produce 2 food and 3 food. That's a lot of food. They're gonna have to discard one at the end of the round. I'm just gonna discard it. Actually, wait, not yet. Yeah, they're gonna have to discard it because they're over their 6. I'm just gonna discard it now because they're not gonna end up spending it. Yeah, because they're gonna get that objective. Yeah, so we're good. Alright, so there you go. So we're all done the 4th phase. We're gonna go to 5 atelier. I have nothing, but the other players have something. Blue actually has 2 in there. Don't remember which ones he wanted to do. I think it was get a nurse and get dirt. There you go. And I believe yellow had 1. They're gonna go here. Alright, we're gonna go in turn order. So blue's gonna go. They're gonna produce their nurse first. It's gonna be 2 food and 2 larvae to get a nurse. Alright, they're gonna put a tunnel to get a dirt. Let's give them their dirt. So where do they want to build a tunnel? I think they're gonna build it right over here. Not like it matters. Sure. I mean, there's nowhere else that they might want to build it, but well, actually, they're gonna build it right over here. There you go. So they can be right next to yellow and maybe remove one of their things or attack this thing. Who knows? All right. Then we go to yellow. Yellow's gonna achieve an objective. I think they're gonna go for this one here. And oops, actually the dirt one that they wanted to get was a larva instead. Whoops, that's why they did that. So they're gonna take a larva. The whole reason they did that is because they had 4. Now with the 5, they discard all 5. They'll get that objective, so they'll score 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But blue's also gonna score 4 points because they already had that objective. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Yeah, so that's how that scoring works. Let me just move this down a little bit. Okay, so we're all done the atelier. Now we're gonna check our maximum. We're all good. I remember I get 6 because of this. Everyone else is fine as well. So let's get all our stuff back. Let me just do that for the other players quick. And done. So let's move this. Let's give the first player marker to blue. Alright, I'll come back for the summer. Alright, second last round here. We're going to do the summer phase. So it's a 4. Let's do this in order. Put this on 4. Now I really don't want the +3 movement, kind of useless. I think I'm going to go for the... actually, I can go for the hex one as well. Because if I lay down a pheromone, I'll be able to lay down one of these very juicy 6-point ones, but there's only a 2-point difference. I think I might just go for soldiers instead to help me with my food production later on. So what I'm gonna do is spend one of these, boom, and do that. Alright, so that was my number 1. Now my number 2, place my stuff. I think because I'm gonna generate a soldier anyway, put that there. I think I'm gonna need a worker, and I think this lonely guy is gonna do that objective so I can get rid of some of this stuff and jump to that objective. Alright, so done. I already did that for the other players. Let me generate my resources, obviously. Get 2 there, 1 there. There you go, done. Now I'll go to number 3. Blue's gonna be first player, so they got 3 different workers. I think they have a plan. You're gonna see exactly what I did last turn. They're gonna try to get in there and try to remove some of the opponent pheromones, scoring some extra points, and trying to generate more dirt because they're missing out on dirt. So because they're having a dirt issue, they're gonna do a couple of things. So the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna exit out of here. They're gonna go 1, 2. So they gotta discard a soldier, remember? Get rid of a soldier. They're gonna get rid of a dirt. They're gonna get rid of this. So they're gonna generate 2 points. Right? And then they're gonna do at this point they're gonna stop here, I guess. They have no choice, so 1, 2. Actually, they can move 6 now because remember the bonus was 4 and they can move 6. So what they're gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna come here. This might be wasteful, but sure, why not? They're gonna get rid of this, and then they're gonna explode there. So they gotta get rid of another dirt. Get rid of another dirt. All right. And now they get to place the token. So the only one they could place is this one. Fortunately, they're not doing great right now, to be honest. So they're gonna get rid of this, and that's gonna come with 2 dirt and a food. Alright, so that was blue's turn. Now we're gonna go to yellow. What do yellow want to do? Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow wants to go attack something again. But they don't need the food, but they are going for an objective this turn, so they're going to end up losing the food, a lot of the food. So they're going to get rid of 5. So they're debating whether to go remove somebody's pheromone like blue just did, or if they're going to attack something on the board. They need to get one more attack to get the bonus there as well. But the problem is, if they do that now, they're kind of wasting a pheromone trail, because they can't end their movement anywhere and place a pheromone trail and attack something, unless they attack this guy. That'll cost them 2 soldiers. So let me just double check here. Oh boy. So if they flip something over and then attack something, I'm just looking if there's a way for them to do that. Although they don't need to attack right now. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to just use their guy on their own board to get a dirt. Because they don't have any dirt, and they might want to flip over somebody's tile in the next with the next worker. So they'll generate this. Now it finally gets up to me. Alright, I got 2. Alright, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I do want to do my objective, so I'm going to need at least 3 of these resources here to get the objective. So I'm going to have 2 left over. What do I want to do? I could do the same thing as before, remove this and then score here. That'll be 4 points plus 2, 6 points. Sure, let's do that. Alright, what I'm going to do, my first worker, take him. He's going to come here. He's going to go 1, 2. He's going to use up a dirt. So use up 1 dirt. Let's get rid of one of these. Get rid of this tile. I'm going to score 2 points. 1, 2. Then he's going to die over here. Then I'm going to put my other 4-point tile right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to be 2 stone and 2 food. Alright, back to blue. So they did their big move there. They have 1 tile left with points before upgrading their colony size, which they really need to do, and they need another dirt to do that. They're looking around the board, and there's no way for them to actually get dirt. Maybe I miscalculated something. Probably did. Oh, I know what I messed up. The one that was supposed to be generated here. Sorry about that. 1 second. Sorry, let him lose 2 points. The one that was supposed to be generated here was supposed to be a 2-tile one. Sorry about that. Yeah. And now his next worker is going to pop out here, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And then here he's going to explode. And sort of do this. So he's going to get a food and a thing. So that'll be 2 points. 1, 2. There you go. Alright, so there you go. There's his next worker. It's going to go to yellow. And yellow is going to produce a food with his other worker. Alright, then back to me for my last worker. I think I'm just gonna go produce another earth here. So I'm done. Blue has 1 more. They're gonna generate food. Done. Yellow has 1 more. They're gonna go on the offensive. Alright, so they're the only ones that don't have another exit, so they're gonna have to come out of here. So what do they want to do? I mean, they can go clear this out. It'll give them 2 points plus a ton of things that they can go get. Yeah, so sure. Let him do that. So he's going to go 1, 2. He's going to kind of die over here. He's going to use up a dirt. Let's give up a dirt. Let's get rid of this. So he's going to score 2 points. 1, 2. Alright, get rid of this. He does have a ton of food. He can actually build one of these special tiles, and I think he will. So he's going to give up a food to build one of these. It's gonna build it. So 1, 2, let's say 3 back here. So let's say he builds this. So that's gonna be 2 more points. 1, 2. And there you go, we're all done. All the workers are done. That was step 3. We're gonna go to step 4, harvest. So I have a ton of things to get. I'm gonna get this. Get a stone. Get an earth. Should I be getting food? Probably should be getting food at some point. So I'm gonna get this food for sure. I'm gonna get this food for sure. And then, let's see. Let's double check this. So I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna be spending 3 of these. So let's say these 3 on my objective. So what else do I want to carry over? I could build a nurse next turn, so maybe the food and the dirt. Why not? So I'm gonna have a ton of stone that I can go get near the end of the game here. There you go. Yeah. Alright, say it's something like that. Let me do that for the other players. So a food, and a dirt for yellow. That's about it. And blue's gonna get a food, a dirt, and a food. Alright, so that's phase 4 for everyone. Now 5. So I already know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this one. Blue, it wanted to do this one, and yellow wanted to do this one. Alright, so let's do it in turn order. Blue's gonna go first. You're gonna spend 2 food and 2 larvae to get another nurse. Let's just return this back. Next is gonna be both of us. So yellow's gonna spend 5 food to put his token here. So he's gonna score 9 points. But then I'm gonna spend this to also score 9 points, which is up here. So blue is not doing very well, but the rest of us are doing fine. Alright, so that's it for the atelier phase. Alright, then we got to check our limits. I'm at my limit here. Boom, I got exactly 6, so I'm good to go. Let me check the other players. Blue's at 4 and yellow's at 4. So we're good to go. So let's get rid of this. That's the first player marker. I only got 4. I gotta get rid of this little thing. I only got 4 nurses left, which isn't great. For the last round of the game, I'll probably go for an objective if I can. It's gonna be rough. I don't think I'm gonna get there. But with only 4, can't really do much. Maybe put a couple of workers and try to do something. I'm not sure. If I would have had the stone instead of the other stuff, maybe that could have helped. Who knows? It doesn't matter. There you go. So I'll be back. Alright, last round of the game. So let's start like usual. Number is 5. Put this on the 5. Alright, well, how do I want to shift this? Because I got a bunch of larvae. Might as well use it at this point. I think I'm going to go for the +3 cubes so I can be flexible at the end of the game. I don't think I really need, unless I do the +1 to put out one of my bigger ones. But it's only a 2-point difference. I'd rather get the cubes. Let's see, if I get the cubes, is there any reason? Yeah, I want the cubes because I want to try to get the objective all the way up there to get 6 stone or dirt. Alright, so what I'm going to do is spend 2, shift this over by 2. Alright, there you go. So that's pretty much phase 1. Phase 2, I only got 2 guys, so 1 for the objective. Let me get another worker out here. I got a ton of soldiers, so let me get some workers. And this one is kind of useless, so should I go get something here? No, there's no point. Let me just go get 1 larva, because at least with 3 I can maybe get a food, and maybe that'll help at the end of the game. Who knows? So that'll do. Take one of these, and there you go. I'm done. I already did that for the other 2 players. So now we're going to go to number 3, which is using our worker. So this is going to be a bit complicated. I'll just be right back. I'm not sure what they want to do. Alright, so yellow is decided. I think what yellow is going to do is they're going to use their first ant to get out of here. They're going to come here to go right on top of this guy. So it's going to be 1, 2. And on this one here, he's going to use a soldier. Get rid of a soldier. He's going to get rid of the token. So that's his 4th token. So now he's ready to get the last objective there. So for this, he's going to get 2 points on a food. 1, 2. Alright, done. Let's go to me. Alright, what did I want to do with my 2? I think I knew what I wanted to do. I'm going to take this. And he's going to just walk over 1, 2 over here. I'm trying to generate more resources altogether. And I do have a ton of soldiers. I can walk into someone's place and remove a tile for points. Unfortunately, there's nothing close by that I can actually do that with. Like these ones have tokens on them, and that's why I can't remove these 2 tiles. And I would have to walk all the way to the other side of the board to get anything worth any points, unless I do it to my own right over here. But it's only going to give me stuff that I don't really need, unless I get rid of this spider, and then I can sort of build something better here. Sure, let's do that. What I'm going to do, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. But as I walk through here, so look at this. I'm going to go 1, 2, or actually it's 1, here it's free. But while I'm here, I'm actually going to get rid of a dirt to get rid of the tile. Alright, that's going to give me 2 points. Alright, then I'm going to move on to here as my second movement. So I'm going to spend 2 soldiers. It's very expensive, 2 soldiers, to kill this spider. Spider gives you a food and 4 points. Get food out of it. It's gonna be my first token. I did get a food. Alright. And then he's gonna, I guess, perish or die. He's gonna be right there. Get rid of this. And now I get to put a 4 level. I already used my 2 other sized ones, so I'm gonna have to put this one. And I'm gonna put it right here. So this is gonna come with a dirt, a stone, and 2 food. Dirt, a stone, and 2 food. And that'll be 4 more points. I scored a ton of points that round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Alright, that's pretty good. Now blue's gonna go next. Kind of sad because that was a lot of points right there. What do they want to do? Not sure. Alright, they're gonna sort of do the same thing I've been doing all along. They're gonna start a worker here. They're gonna move 1, 2, or 1 and get here for free. They're gonna get rid of a dirt. They're gonna score 2 points. And they're gonna place another, they can place this size like this. It's gonna come with 2 dirt and 2 food. Like that. Alright, so there we go. It's gonna go back to yellow. So yellow has their 4 tokens for that, so they don't need to attack anything, but they do have 2 soldiers. They have plenty of food. They don't have to care about food. They're gonna get 3 more food and all kinds of resources. Oops. Oh, I did forget when this guy died over here to whoops. He was supposed to come here with the food. Sorry about that. I think he's just gonna go attack something for more points. Alright, so it's gonna be pretty simple. They're gonna go attack the biggest, meanest thing on the board. So they're gonna pop out their guy here. He's gonna go all the way over here to kill this spider over here. That's gonna cost them 2 soldiers. It's gonna kill this. They're gonna get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, they're gonna get a food out of that. And then this guy's gonna die. He has no choice but to generate this. It's gonna come with a food. Alright, now back to me. Alright, I got my last guy. What do I want to do? Alright, so let's think about this. I'm going to want to go for that objective, so that's going to cost me 6. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with this one is 6. So I'm going to have exactly enough. So I don't need to send my worker here, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is free, and then I get an extra 3 cubes during harvest. 5, 6. All right, and then I'll get another food or something. So that's gonna be fine. And then with the extra food, I'm gonna be good with food. I'm gonna be all right with everything. So what should I do with him? He might as well go on the board to try to generate me some points. I do have a ton of soldiers. So let's go attack something again. Although it's gonna cost me 2 soldiers to come here. So unless I go 1, 1, 2, 3, can't really get points anywhere else. I don't have 2 soldiers to, I only have 2 soldiers, so I can't walk through here with 1 soldier and then attack this, which will cost another 2 soldiers. So my only option is to attack this thing here. So what I'm gonna do is 1, 2, 3. While I'm here, spend 1 soldier, kill this thing. That's gonna give me 2 points. 1, 2. And it's gonna give me a food. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and he's gonna die. I'm gonna put a size 2 thing right here with the food on it. Alright, and that's it. So blue has 2 more and yellow has 1 more, and then we're gonna end the round. So let me just see what they want to do. Alright, blue's turn. Pretty simple. They're just gonna pop out here. They're gonna go 1, 2. They're gonna die here. I'm gonna put out this tile here, so 2 food and a stone. That'll give them 2 points. There's not much else they can do. They have only 1 soldier left. There's not a way for them to get more points. Maybe they'll use their, because they couldn't really replace this tile. Anyway, that's what it is. Yellow's gonna go next. I think yellow has no soldiers left, so they're gonna try to remove something and replace it. Oh, yellow would have loved to have gone here, replace this, and then put a bigger tile here, but they just got screwed over. So what they have to do now is go this way. 1, 2, 3. They're gonna use a dirt on this. Then he's gonna die here, and they're gonna replace this tile. They're gonna put this one here, so they're gonna get 2 dirt, a food, and a stone. 2 dirt, a food, and a stone. There you go. Now blue has the last token to be placed. So what does blue want to do? How much food are they gonna get? They're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food. Yeah, they're gonna be fine for food. The last one here, how can they generate points? The only way for them to generate any points is to attack something for one warrior. So they're gonna appear here. They're gonna attack this bug. Let's get rid of this. They're gonna use their last soldier. That's gonna give them 2 points. 1, 2. They're gonna get a food. Alright, and there you go. We're done. Perfect. Done phase 3. Let's go to phase 4. Alright, there's gonna be a ton of stuff to put out here. So yellow's gonna get the 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Let's see, what do they need here? Alright, that's a ton of food. Let's just get one of these. Oops. Then they're gonna generate a, let's get another of these, and then another food. Alright, they're fine with food, don't worry about it. They got so much food, it's ridiculous. Alright, so that was yellow. Let's do blue. Blue doesn't need the food either. So food, well, you can go food, stone, earth. Alright, that was that. Did I forget this one? Doesn't really matter. They have plenty of food. Doesn't really matter. Then it's my turn. So I have to collect. So I wanted 1, 2, 3. Right? Plus a food. But I'm okay with food, so it doesn't really matter. And then because of my special ability for the round, I get an extra 3 cubes. So I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, like that. Look at all that stuff. Just making sure that I had those 6, which is great. And there you go. So we're all done the harvest. Now we're gonna go to atelier. I'm gonna go here. Yellow's gonna go here, and blue wanted to go over here, I believe. Yeah, there you go. So we're all gonna go there. Let's all do our objectives. Pretty simple. Yellow's gonna come here. They're gonna get rid of four of their prey tokens. So they're gonna get 12 points. So they're at 45, so 55 plus 2. Done. I'm gonna jump on this one, so 6 resources. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. So that's gonna give me 12 points. So 1 plus 10 plus 1 is 12. And then blue's gonna go on this one here. So blue didn't do so well overall. They have extra food. They didn't do so well because they're lagging behind on the objectives. So they're gonna get 9. And that's actually gonna give me 4 more points. Kind of ran away with this one, I think. So I'm actually, let me move the board down here. Whoa, I'm all the way down here. There you go. So that was our objectives. We're all done. The atelier is fine. Now we gotta do 6, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We gotta get rid of food. Pretty much everyone's gonna get rid of extra food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. There you go. So everyone's got 6 food in their supply. So now we're gonna finish this phase. We're gonna go deal with this. Everyone has exactly 6 food in their stock, so we're all good. So there's yellow, there's blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's me. All right, done. We've all paid. That's the end of the game. You actually don't score anything at the end of the game. So wherever you're at, you score. So I scored 75. So gigantic difference between points. Yellow scored 57, almost a 20-point difference, and then almost a 20-point difference behind them. Blue scored 44. So kind of a lopsided game. Maybe I made some mistakes with the other characters while I was going. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to something, but there you go. There's the full playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I made any mistakes. Like usual, please subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.